Hi, Mr. Handel. Okay, this is your 6105 8119 North American version. It's suffered some water intrusion, but I have, and I'm not even saying this to, make things look differently than they are. I've seen them so much worse than this. I should be able to clean these marks up. The only thing we ever have to worry about is if this has attacked the plating anyway, this corrosion, this stuff. That's where we would have issues, especially down here. Always down here, because it's just this perfect little confluence where these points come together and it just holds water perfectly. The water you see gets pulled to these corners. I'm not going to be able to 100% get rid of stuff like that, these things. It'll be lighter, it'll look better, but there's still going to be some signs. My hope with things like this, where you have a kind of corrosion that is sort of pouring out across the face, a lot of times I'm able to get those clear. It sometimes will pull the frosted clear coat layer with it. When that happens, I have a clear coat, frosted clear coat of model paint that I use and clean that up. I would hope that I don't know how the metal on this hand will, I'll clean it, we'll see. There might be some loss. It's usually where you see that. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with the loom on the hand. Speaking of hands, you got your hour and your minute hand there. Those will probably turn out fine. I'm trying to see. It's this stupid light. I don't have good light. I never have good light. It looks like there might be some scoring on the top of the hour hand. Or top of the minute hand. A lot of moisture sat in the watch. You can see that corrosion right there. Now, I've had luck in the past pulling this kind of dusty, rusty Active-E red off, so I would anticipate I should probably be able to get that clean. Your pip is in fact still there. Okay, that is good news. Wow, this watch lived an active life. Active life. There's going to be all this stuff that's in here, this kind of impacted stuff. I'll need to go through and hand clean all that stuff to make sure that's right. I don't have you have to get in there and actually manually remove it. I'm testing to see, testing to see if I can hit my phone. It's not really being held down to the case, but I'm sure that the rotating ring lip that meshes with the case is probably pretty worn. The way these are, they snap in place. You have the one ridge hits another ridge and they pop in one over the other. Well, if that ridge wears, you start getting a problem. Yeah, like stuff like this, I'm gonna need to pull all that out because it's paint. Wow, the back has been polished down. Almost like somebody sanded it down, cleaned it up at a certain point. That's why you get the sharp edges on this stuff. The letters and everything, when Seiko stamps these backs, it pushes material up, and so you actually have sort of raised ridges around everything that's stamped. So somebody sanded that down. It doesn't mean anything. It's just Thinking about the history of the watch. Okay, let's see if we can open it up. I'm just going to try to poke at it. Okay, good. It is in fact not firmed down. Road deco. Servicing mark MM924811/83, so that would be November 1983. There's a lot of loose debris and material in your case back. It's dirty, dirty, dirty inside. So it got a service, I guess, at that time with a new weight, and they put on a, is that even a 6309 style one, or is that a 7000 series one? Oh, regardless, I have originals that I can put in here. You'll have this. What is that? A movement? A weight to? Is that just like a weird 6309 weight? Wristier movement looks okay. Pop that movement. Boy. That dial should clean up pretty well. The only thing I got to be careful with is we are already looking at lightening of the dial text, and that happens when you get steamy interiors. The C is light, water, that whole section is light. The 1 of 150, some of the dial code is missing. Look, a lot of Japan is really lightened up. It doesn't look like your chaptering marks are in bad shape. I just got to be really smart and really careful. Something is seriously wrong with your calendar side. I can get it to click out, but it doesn't. It's just clicking. The lever with wheel, setting lever with wheel on this is fried, or maybe the minute wheel is damaged. Something's missing a tooth, but it's not even shifting it, so there's some disconnect there. That lever's bad, or the minute wheel is bad. Because we have the binding on the front end of the calendar, I'm 100% not going to try to get this running. I'm just looking at it. It's got to be a 6309 weight. Wow. Yeah, the lower mainspring arbor port is blown. You see this sort of dark edge mark here. Let me make sure you guys are are seeing that. This right here, that means the lower mainspring arbor port is so worn that the barrel, this is what the mainspring's in, is contacting the underneath of the barrel and train bridge and grinding along. So we're going to need to put in lower mainspring arbor port jewel in the upper one. One thing I was concerned about is the dial was feeling kind of wiggly to me, and I was worried that we had a broken dial foot, but it turns out, in fact, that it's your plastic dial ring is in fact broken, and so it snaps around and it doesn't stay where it's supposed to. So we're gonna have to hunt down another one of those for you. Okay, let me reassemble your watch. Your case back gasket is absolutely just as flattened as anything. And it's as hard as plastic. Fantastic. I want to look underneath it. Well, let's look at the case back sealing surface. That sealing surface looks fine. Tell you what, let's just leave that there for the time being. There. Your bezel insert is incorrect. It's halfway through. So if you wanted, I can pop this insert out and I can correct that. The case shows a lot of wear. This was a working watch. This wasn't sitting at home, you know, being comfy. This was out working. I'll clean it, and it will certainly be cleaner. It won't be dirty anymore. You've got, bizarrely, you've got a your gosh dang, the post, the locking post for the locking crown. Oh, my brain. Yours is in great condition. I expected it would have been like rusted or damaged in some way, but no, it's actually really good. Crown locks nicely. It's dropped right up flush to the case as it's supposed to. So I think that we're going to find a relatively minor problem in the calendar. Chances are